I was the director of the Neutra House for the last 12 years. The Neutra House is a very famous house designed by the architect Richard Neutra, and this was his own residence. And it was a hard time to apply to that program because it was a very prestigious house in the city, but it had also fallen into really bad disrepair. When I got there, there was no responsibilities that were spelled out in this position. And there was also not really a clear idea of what to do with the property. So the first thing I did with the help of some of my colleagues was to really make a plan for the house. And it took three forms. One was to make the house accessible to the public and to tell people about it and to use the students to basically educate the public about the house and Neutra and also just about architecture and what we do as architects. The second part was to find funds and to also figure out how to restore the house. And then the third part was really to figure out a way to use it as a cultural resource for the city and for the community. Where I spent a lot of my energy was really turning this into an important cultural space for the city. So early on in the process, I had been told that we had to raise $1 million and then that we would do the restoration. And that sounds great, except for it's very hard to raise $1 million. So I thought, raise money through small donations instead of trying to have these very large target. And then every time we had a little bit of money, we fixed something. The tours ended up generating a lot more funds than we thought they would. And then some of it was direct asks to more wealthier people who are interested in architecture. And a lot of people came out and gave us things. Every manufacturer that I contacted, even the drains for the roof, I said, hey, we're redoing this house. Your drains are in there. Would you give us drains? And they said, yeah, absolutely. The house has become so well known. And because our students interface with the public there, that they become ambassadors of our program. So I always thought that was really helpful for the reputation of, particularly for the architecture department, since they're architecture students, but also for the university as a whole. Everybody looks at the position now and they see it as being very glamorous. It was pretty tough. I mean, it was like a lot of manual labor involved, as well as all the fun things and parties and all the stuff that people saw from the outside. Even that part was fun. I mean, I really, really loved my time there. I was incredibly happy to get this Provost Award, and I was really happy to get it for service. I do really see my strengths as being in service. And I think this award is really something that I'm really proud of, because that's actually how I want to be seen.